King Charles III has greeted delighted royal fans outside Cardiff Castle after they waited hours to get a glimpse of the new monarch. As crowds cheered, waved their union flags and held up messages of support to the King, Charles and Camilla shook hands with well-wishers and thanked everyone for coming. Royal fans were stunned into silence as the King came over, having delivered several speeches during his whistle-stop tour of Wales, his first as the monarch. Among those fortunate enough to meet the royal couple was 6-year-old Nia Harvey-Pugh, who handed Camilla a drawing of both her and Charles. Nia, who had been queuing since 7 a.m. to see the couple, wrote a message on the drawing reading, "To Queen, from Nia." The King and the Queen consort were greeted by gun salutes and cheering schoolchildren when they arrived in the Welsh capital, the final stop on their tour of the 4 home nations which began after the Queen's death last Thursday. During their day in Cardiff, the couple went on a number of walkabouts, shaking hands with members of the public and chatting to well-wishers. King Charles III shakes hands with well-wishers outside during his Wales tour. Image, BBC. Royal fans were stunned in silence as the King made his way towards them. Image, BBC. Prior to meeting Britons, Charles paid tribute to the Queen's commitment to Wales on his first visit to the nation as King, saying "It could not be closer to my mother's heart." He told the Welsh Parliament she felt pride at your many great achievements and also felt you deeply in great times of sorrow. His address was in response to a motion of condolence in the Senate, which came after the late monarch was described during a memorial service at Llandaff Cathedral in Cardiff earlier in the day as a towering figure on the world stage. Charles, who was taught Welsh at the University College of Wales at Aberystwyth in 1969, addressed members in both Welsh and English, adding that he was immensely proud of Wales and was devoted to the country. Read more. Charles to host lavish state reception at Buckingham Palace, reveal. Camilla, Queen consort, chats to young children outside Cardiff Castle. Image, Getty. King Charles greets a little girl in his first trip to Wales as King. Image, Getty. In his address to the Senate, Charles said, "Through all the years of her reign, the land of Wales could not be closer to my mother's heart. I know she took immense pride in your many great achievements, even as she also felt you deeply in great times of sorrow. It must surely be counted the greatest achievement to belong to a land that inspired so much devotion. I am resolved to honor that same example in the spirit of the words I always try to live my own life, Ik dien, I serve." Don't miss, Camilla slips in Cardiff church as Queen consort battles a broken toe, reveal. Charles snubs Harry's demands after Sussexes try to sort out titles, report. Kate handed sweet royal moniker as she takes on Diana's role, reveal. Royal well-wishers waved flags as the King arrived in Wales on Friday. Image, Getty. Trending Prime Minister Liz Truss, First Minister Mark Drakeford and Welsh Secretary Robert Buckland attended the service of prayer and reflection for the life of the Queen at Llandaff Cathedral earlier in the day. During the service, Archbishop of Wales Andy John paid homage to Her Majesty, saying, "Queen Elizabeth II's ability to influence, to utilize soft power, no less significant, no less authoritative, illustrates the wise and careful thought she brought to her role. Prime ministers found that she was a trusted confidant. Her attention to matters of government, her knowledge of world events and the longevity of her reign gave her an unmatched perspective and ability to see the distant scene." He added, "We also saw a monarch who could surprise and delight us. We will never look at a jar of marmalade again in the same way, nor watch Mr. Bond without remembering 2012 and that extraordinary leap into the void." Read next. No pen problems. King Charles brings his own pen after past fiasco. Prince William is advised to woo Wales. In Welsh, Queen Camilla pays tribute to Wales and its people with brooch inside Poundbury. King Charles' experimental village in Dorset. Trevor Noah sparks uproar as he criticises King Charles' behaviour.